Okay, warm glowing nightscape, 4 notches down because there is sun out there. So, and we've got this area here. Well, the sunlight's come out now, but it's interesting. I don't know. You could even have a U-trick grow on there eventually if there's enough water flowage in there. But I doubt it. But interesting soils. I think it's just a straight back up here, and oh, you know, I reckon you like the walk back to the car, don't you, fellas? Because you get to see it from the other side, and you get to see things we probably may have missed on the other side, or and I can smell a bit of wine or something. So maybe there's some bloke out here who's I think I'll get to. I was going to do something else, but I think I'll save that for another trip. I know my limits, fellas, you know. Yeah. Yeah, back vistas. Okay. Okay, over the rise we go. Always seem to get back to places faster than you. I don't know, but then if you go back to the house for your keys or something, it's all psychological, I think. Okay. Bit of barkage, colour check for warm glowing nightscape for true brown, oranges and browns. The other settings we used yesterday were fantastic for the purples. Could never do something like that with my old VHS camera. It just smegged out when it came to magentas and purples. Gave them like a bluey colour for some strange reason. Whether you could have adjusted them internally in the camera, but you know, we were just on the cusp of the resolution in there because we're going through the King John Howard years, you know. He seemingly wanted to go like with Tony Abbott back to the 1950s. Oh, it was so tickety-boo back then, you know. We just, you know, broadband, why do we need that? And yet we're the one country in the whole world that, you know, with our coastal cities and our so-called dead heart actually requires it, and we have all this sunlight, and we invented new ways of solar, and we sent them over to China. And okay, I mean, it'd be nice for China to say thank you very much, and we're going to revolutionise your I mean, it would be nice for China to say thank you very much for what you did for the splinter technology on the solar. In return for this, we're going to use the massive economic potential of our population to give you the broadband you deserve, and you know, we'll either do it as a special deal on some of your iron ore, you know, or maybe they even give it to us for free or something, you know. Thank you very much for your iron ore. We know that we're probably going to be digging up your Pilbara region for the next 200 years, if not longer, as to get some browning points up our sleeves. We'll just send some of our engineers out there to survey your country, your land, and we're going to give you the broadband network you just wouldn't believe, you know. We're going to make it better than Europe for you, you know. And then this country would look more favourably on other aspects of the inter-Asian, Aussie, Sino connection, you know. You know, SPQR. I always remind people it was always SPQR. You had these senators going around like bloody Jedi. Cicero and things like that. Apparently a black dude. With the power of a Jedi. And very good historian as well. And telling it matter of fact as it is, sort of thing. It was always for the Senate and the people of Rome. He could have it both ways, looking out for the Senate and also looking out for the people of Rome. It works well. Democracy works well when you run it both ways, and you run it without fear or favour. As I said, I think was it Cicero? He always used to let the person incriminate themselves, sort of thing. I think he must have learnt from Alexander the Great, basically. Let's find out whether you really are for the general populace. Are you going out, doing a lot for very little, sort of thing, for the benefit of mankind and the future of our nation and all that sort of stuff. And because later on in life, when you're old and frail, you might need some help, and you might deserve some thanks and some praise and things like that. But I don't know, after the GFC and what's happened, I'm just thinking of all those people over in France and Germany and Switzerland and all those other places who were probably looking forward to having a trip out here, going all the way through, Australia eventually when we get out of Abbott Land. Hopefully we're getting out of Abbott Land back to becoming Australia again. But, they were probably looking forward to an end-of-life thing, and of course the GFC comes along and maybe they've lost a lot of their life savings. They've had to put off the trip another 10, 15 years. By that time, will it be viable? Will they have a medical scare or something? And they'll have to put that money that they've now put aside after a 10 or 15 year lag into medical bills or something like that. So eventually they'll never ever get out here to see. All they can do is look at it in video. They never get to see it in 3D, unless there's some the new technology comes along. But unless people like myself get that new technology and make those sort of videos for you, it's not going to happen. It's nice to see all this drone stuff happening, but how many people got the high-end drones of around about 3 to 10,000? It's $3,000 seems to get acceptable sort of footage. You got the station extends the range and all that sort of stuff, and you can do some. And you've got stabilisers in all 5 dimensions and things like that. You can get some beautiful footage. Still not in 3D yet, but that's probably coming. Hopefully, when Elon Musk gets the Tesla run out, gets run out and everything else starts happening, and we go back to the moon and onto Mars, everything will be tickety-boo. But either I'll be very old or I won't even be here. So, it would be nice to have the tools to do the job. Now the little toys, well, they're not toys to me, they're just tools, to get the job done, As I said, I'll beat the shit out of it, I'll find all the faults, all the hidden faults, bash it around, drop it, everything, I won't be so precious that I'll leave it in a box for 6 months. Though I have done that for the drone though, because it's just... Every time I try to get it out of the box, I think, oh no, I've only got like 2 shots at it, and I'm going to hit something, fly into a tree, or it's going to do something dumb, or it's going to lose contact with my controller, and it's not a controller where you can actually see where you're flying, and it's got the range of a gnat's fart sort of thing, and the battery life of someone dying on the moon, and I just don't think I'll ever get it out of the box, fellas. It's not what I had in mind, but I didn't want something that was too pricey, but I wanted something that was adequate. I think that's the word. But anyway, I'm trying to be kind, but So you never blame your tools unless there is something wrong with your tools, that it's not either it's something broken, it's not capable, not adequate to do the job. No, that's the wrong tool for the job I want to do, sort of thing. I need a different tool, a better tool, not a grandiose tool, but just the right tool, you know. Yes, Richard, we think you're a bit of a tool. Yes, I know. But I am trying to encourage Bazza to get out. Oh, well, this will be good. Car footage as the car goes past. Oh, there we go. Okay. Right. Anyways, as I'm trying to encourage Bazza to get back out into the... I don't know what's gone on with Bazza, but it could be something to do with the GFC for all we know. And it could be like his nose, you know, I don't know, he's lost tenure, he's afraid of losing tenure, you know, I don't know, it could be something like that, you know. I remember seeing some film, what was it, in the 70s with, one of those actors. Was it Ryan? Not Ryan O'Neill or something. No, not that one. The one that was in that one, that sitcom show. He was in a lot of movies in the 70s, and he was in one movie about, you know, trying to get tenure and all that sort of thing. And apparently, it's a really big thing over there in America. So, you know, you can only play with the big boys' toys once you've got tenure. But getting tenure, you almost have to kill someone, you know. I can know what it's like, but I'm still trying to encourage, you know, I mean, well, maybe put it this way. When you do get tenure, Bazza, put some of that salary into some of these big boy toys, you know, buy yourself a $3,000 drone, but get the one with the gyro stabilizer, hand controller station or something that allows you to fly, has extra battery life, allows you to fly, you know, a couple of kilometres away from the thing, and it has a nice screen, you can see what you're doing, and it has automatic return. If something goes wrong, it flies back to you like a boomerang. Yeah, it's worth investing something like that, but if you get tenure, you can afford to do it. But, you know, and maybe once you've had a practice up there with the darling Tonia, doing a bit of well, I don't know how you pronounce the thing anyway. It's a foreign word to me. Up there in the chaparral and all that, looking at pinguiculars and doing all that thing. Maybe you can bring it over here to Aussie land, but as I said, I get the impression it's the GFC wall. We've all been tricked, and we haven't taken the Iceland option, and quite a lot of those people who really knew what was coming and didn't say anything, and they should actually be, I think we first got to put them in the stocks in New York City. You know, I saw something on TV last night. It was this thing with Gaudi or something in the Congress. It was absolutely riveting. I thought, yes, people with some bloody common sense, you know, and to do with this Clinton email thing. Oh, did Clinton do this? No, yes or no, sort of thing, and blah, blah, blah. She said this. Is it true? No. Oh, and I only watched 10 minutes of it. There's about an hour and 15, and someone else has got like 6 hours of it, and I'm going to slowly go through this. It was just riveting. I mean, this was. I almost felt like it was bloody the Republic of Rome again. It was just fantastic. You know, this bloke was really... This was it Gaundi or something, whatever his name is. He was absolutely fabulous. I'm getting on a plane here. I want to get this done now, you know, sort of thing. But he, you know, it was very matter of fact. He could get it done in 5 minutes. He knew exactly what to ask. He knew how to get right to the nub of the matter and get it. He's going to have Clinton on jam and toast, I reckon. Oh, I think he's already got her on jam and toast. She's finished, I reckon. After watching some of that stuff, I reckon Michael Trim is going to have a bloody heart attack, and so is H.A. Goodman or whatever. These people are going to be found dead with heart attacks with smiles on their faces after watching that stuff, I reckon. Anyway, this is 14 minutes, way too long. I'm going to start a new clip and drive out to the other area now. Okay, over now.